All right, we have our first edition here of, well, Happy Hour Flight Edition. And what we're going to do here, because everyone knows now, hopefully you know by now, Matt Boldy, big boy money, got the bag, 7x7, $49 million for, what is he, 21, 22?
Cha-ching.
We'll talk about that a little bit more in the Wild segment. But what we're going to do here is go over 4 beers that aren't necessarily the exact same style, but at least similar, category, flavor palette. Like, we're not going to be mixing sours and IPAs and stouts, right? We're going to go through all 4, and with each one, we're going to tell you what the beer is. We're going to give you a little bit of a review and kind of talk through the flavor palette. But also with each beer, we're going to talk about one player that has been impacted by this Matt Boldy extension being done. So Isha, what's up?
All right, the next one we have here, Monkey Bar Imperial Pastry Stout from Pryes Brewing with banana, chocolate, peanut butter, and marshmallow, folks. Cool can as well.
Now, Pryes is the only one on the flight today that is, we'll say, a future friend of the podcast.
Yeah, I haven't...
Big fan of what they do in general, but also they have the coolest, and this isn't even up for discussion, the coolest brewery game in feather bowling. Incredible, electric game, basically a cooler version of bocce ball, if you will.
Okay, I was going to ask, what the hell is that?
You get this big wooden puck, like we're talking like yay size, give or take, and you get 4 or 5 each. You roll it down, and it's this like semi half pipe of sorts of fake like grass, turf, whatever. And at the end, I'd say a foot or 2 before a fall off, there's this little feather that just sticks up out of the ground, and it serves kind of as the white ball that you would use in lawn bowling / bocce ball. And you're rolling the pucks and trying to score more points by, kind of same scoring methodology as curling, Isha. Whoever has the most pucks that are the closest gets that many points.
Okay, cool. That sounds fun.
Very fun. And, really good beer across the board. Really cool. They have a lot of outdoor events. They're, right along the river. Just, outside of what I would call North Loop, right? They probably say they're in North Loop, and that's not wrong, but they're not in the city part of it. They're kind of off the beaten path, which I like personally.
You can find parking.
And this is your first Pryes beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna try in just a sec, but I just noticed that this is actually a limited release. Oh, yeah. So this is we're basically we're royalty right now. Contains lactose. I love it says roll first, then open. And we actually did roll it on the table, so that's good as we were trying to get some B-roll.
It's funny because I didn't see that or do it intentionally, but that just happened.
It's sweet and malty, says the flavor profile. I just love this whole graphic on the can here, and I'll put it big.
And they do that quite a bit as well for a lot of their cartographer series. That's the one that, obviously Joey gets super giddy about because, his line of work. But they have really good ones.
Fucking land papers, Jim.
Land papers.
11%, 20 IBU. Cheers, man.
Here we go.
Oh my god, dude. I smelt the peanut butter before it hit my lips, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna love this one. Wow. Tim, if you're watching, this is your new favorite beer, buddy. Oh my goodness.
So straight up, and this is this is my best way of staying neutral because I truly mean this. If I'm having a half pint of a beer, this beer is probably beating all the other beers on this table.
I don't know if I could drink a full one.
A full one would be a chore. Rich, sweet.
It has you taste banana, you taste chocolate, you taste peanut butter, and you taste marshmallow.
You taste all of it. For me, on the nose, like you said, smacks you with peanut butter, which just makes me happy. I swoon.
It's like they...
I don't want to drink it all because I just want to sit here and smell it.
It's like they coated the rim with Skippies.
There we go. But, you get a little bit of each, and it's kind of a lot of times you can tell what flavor is going to hit when you have a couple sips of the same beer. This one is a new adventure each time, weirdly enough. Sometimes I'm totally getting the peanut butter. Sometimes it's marshmallow,
banana,
sometimes
yeah.
banana, and it's like, I don't really know. So each sip is like a different twist and turn.
It kind of reminds me of like a Nutella, peanut butter, and banana sandwich. That's kind of, with the fluffy Wonder Bread.
I've never done all of those before, but what we got to add is the fluff, the marshmallow spread.
Yeah.
But no, I'm obsessed with the peanut butter banana sandwich.
That is damn good.
Which is why, Jeremy, bring it back. Waconia, we need the Chunka peanut butter love. That is my favorite beer that you've ever done. Bring it back for me, please. I beg of you, so that we can bring it on here and talk about it again. Lovely. Now, going along with this, what is clearly going to be Tim's favorite beer, per Isha. No one knows who Tim is, but that's not important, because guess what? We are going to talk about the favorite son of our fearless leader, Dean Evason. That's right. We're talking about Freddy Evason. I'm sorry, Gaudreau. Freddy Gaudreau.
He is his son, though.
I'm going to keep calling him Freddy Evason until people get pissed. How does this Boldy extension impact him? Very little. It does impact his potential, like, high-end earning. I don't think he wants to leave. I don't think the team wants him to leave. I'm going to be kind of bummed if he makes anything higher than 1.5-ish. I see him, though, getting a very similar deal to a Ryan Hartman, right? Like, take a team-friendly deal because you like the situation here. We like having you here. You're getting minutes. You're going to be deployed properly. And it's like, he'll get term, right? Like, I could see Freddy Gaudreau getting a 4-year deal somewhere between 1.5 and 1.8. And it works great because he is so trusted by the coaching staff. He's also very trusted by Bill Guerin. And for me, he is such a versatile jackknife player. I loved him in Pittsburgh. He was a great bottom six forward. He's come over to Minnesota and he's flourished as a, second line center. We'll say that. I don't want to say top six, but like he's played in more of a real role. Like he did great. It's not that he drives a line. It's that you throw him between Boldy and Fiala and nothing is amiss.
He's not an anchor.
He fits in perfectly and just gels and does what he needs to do. I think over time it's going to evolve where he's going to be a middle six guy for another year, maybe 2 if he's lucky. But I think he coasts out absolutely driving a fourth line for Minnesota when they're actually in their contention window. And that's exactly what you want. That's what I thought he could be for Pittsburgh. I was sad when he left, but it was also kind of like a, hey, at least he's in Minnesota,
Yeah.
So for me, I don't think it impacts him coming back. I think it means he'll take a little bit more of a haircut than maybe he potentially would have, but I don't see any way that he's not coming back here. It would shock me. That would be, besides like Kaprizov, some of the obvious ones, right? Like Freddie leaving, out of the guys that need a contract, he would shock me the most to be gone.
The only way I could see him leave is if a team threw, the bank at him and was like, here's 3.5 mil. And he's like, okay, see ya.
But again, does he want to uproot and do that? And like,
does he want the money or does he want the minutes?
If a team's going to give him 3, 5, 4, like, I'm sorry, that team's making a horrible mistake. But yes, I will not begrudge him for doing that. I don't think the team could possibly do that. I don't think a team's going to offer him that much. But if they do, then yeah, you're right.
I don't think so either. And please comment on this video if you think he's going to get a contract higher than $1.5 million, maybe even.
I said 1.5 to 1.8.
Okay. More than $2 million.
If it's above 2, I'm going to be pretty disappointed because that means the guy we're talking about next is pretty fucked.
Oh, no. The Canucks are going to sign Gaudreau for $4 million.
That would be so fitting.
Fuck you, Patrick Alvey. I mean, Jim Rutherford.
Oh, man. Also, first off, do you finally admit that Jim Rutherford is the one that's running things?
That's for later in the podcast.
I just need you to say yes or no.
No comment.
No, yes or no. We can delay.
Yes.
Okay, moving on.